The Egyptian News examines the events that led up to this great occasion. The peaceful years of the Old Kingdom were over by 2160 BC. A series of weak pharaohs had lost control of our country, and it had become divided into two lands, Upper Egypt and Lower Egypt. Civil war broke out as ambitious local rulers gathered together armies and fought one another for the throne. But none of them succeeded, and the war dragged on year after year. Matters were made even worse when foreign armies invaded Lower Egypt from the northeast, trying to claim parts of the country for themselves. Our glorious civilization was rapidly falling apart. Then, a prince from the southern city of Thebes led an army north to battle against the foreign invaders. His name was Mentuhotep. Guided by his skill and great courage, the prince's army drove the invaders out of Egypt. Mentuhotep now set out to win the throne. With the strength of his victorious army behind him, he soon defeated his rivals, and in 2040 BC, he gained control of both Upper and Lower Egypt. With a huge sense of relief, the whole country welcomed him as their new pharaoh. Mentuhotep's rule was a time of prosperity and peace for our people. Not only did this mighty pharaoh stay in power for 50 years, but his reign gave rise to our second great age, the Middle Kingdom. History repeats itself. This was not the first time in its long and eventful past that our country had been divided. At the very beginning of our history, Upper and Lower Egypt were ruled separately. Each had its own king. Then, in 3150 BC, came the legendary ruler who first reigned over the whole of Egypt, the first man to take the title Lord of Two Lands. Sadly, this great man lived so long ago that many facts about him have been lost, including his true name. But one thing that we know for sure is that he was the first to wear the double crown, combining the white crown of Upper Egypt with the red crown of Lower Egypt. Since that time, the double crown has come to represent not only the union of our two lands, but also the supreme authority of the pharaoh who rules over us all. Hyksos hammered. The peace and prosperity of the Middle Kingdom came to a sorry end in 1786 BC, when Egypt was once more torn in two, this time by the Hyksos. These desert princes from Palestine swept into northern Egypt, looting and burning everything in their path. It wasn't long before they had conquered the whole of Lower Egypt, and for over 200 years our people suffered under their rule. Then, in the 1560s BC, Seqenenra, the king of Upper Egypt, attempted to drive the Hyksos out. But before he could do so, he was seriously wounded in battle and later died. His successor to the throne, Kamosa, then took up the fight. The battle continues. Year after year the war raged, until slowly the tide began to turn, and the Hyksos were forced to retreat northward. After one of his many victories, Kamosa proudly claimed, "I was on the enemy like a falcon. I brought down his walls. I massacred his men. My soldiers were like lions with their prey." Disaster struck when Kamosa was killed on the battlefield. The crown of Upper Egypt now passed to Amosa, the son of Seqenenra. Bent on revenge, the young king immediately marched north to join his men. Inspired by its new leader, the army fought with fresh courage. And in the 1550s BC, the Hyksos capital, Tanis, fell, and the invaders fled. Hyksos go home. Amosa now chased the Hyksos all the way back to Palestine. Only when he knew that our country was safe